the request from His Excellency. Of course, the three branches of government have to be able to coordinate for the good of the country. And so they consented in keeping with Article 32B of the Constitution, uh, converge, and the president intimated in a proclamation that the legislature will be in session for the period of 30 days. And fellow Liberians, we are obliged to inform you that your distinguished servants have reassembled up Capitol Hill and working in the interest of this country to be able to look at key legislations, especially so amongst them is the country's draft national development envelope, which is the budget. Yeah,
Yes, very well. And I like the way you outlined the different happenings on Capitol Hill. And of course, I like to say thanks a million. Again, we bring you greetings from the Honorable Speaker of the 55th Legislature, Councillor J. Funati Kofai, the Deputy Speaker, Thomas Falai, and members of the Honorable House of Representatives constituting the 55th Legislature, the staffers. We are all happy to be here today to talk to you on a couple of happenings on Capitol Hill. And like Director Haynes said, outlining some of the happenings on Capitol Hill, we were on recess. We have been talking some 2 weeks ago about the closure of the activities of the Honorable House of Representatives. Not that active work has not been ongoing, because the leadership was in full swing to run the day-to-day affairs of the AUKUS body. In the wisdom of the President of the Republic of Liberia, and looking at key national issues in the country that borders on lawmaking, it was of that thought that the President thought it was important to recall members of the 55th Legislature to active duty. And like Director Haynes said earlier, when we closed on the 14th of March, we were expected to return on the 10th of May 2025, but given 2024, sorry, but given the importance attached to the governance of this country, the president thought that in line with the Constitution, members of the 55th Legislature should return. And so this is where we are. I know we talk more of the budget. We'll talk more of the budget and other happenings on Capitol Hill. But we are glad to let you know that the lawmakers have cut short their constituency break, and they have reassembled on Capitol Hill to do the work that you sent them to do. And this is why we are here to let you know about those things they are doing on Capitol Hill. Please get closer to your radio.
Definitely get closer to your radio so you get to know what is obtaining at the lawmaking house that you call the Capitol building. So the Honorable House of Representatives has mandated its Ways, Means, and Finance Committee. Is being chaired by Masurado County Electoral District 16 Representative Honorable Dixon Sibo. He is the chairperson on the House's Ways, Means, and Finance Committee. So the House has mandated the Committee on Ways, Means, and Finance to begin hearings into the draft national budget for 2024. And so that was being done during the first day sitting of the extraordinary section, and so the proposed resource envelope is projected at United States dollars 692 million. All right, United States dollars 692 692 million, of which the tax revenue accounts for US 540.2 million, or 78% of the budget. And then non-tax revenue of United States dollar 109.8 million, equivalent to 16% of the budget. So the extended mean OSA. The extended, so the first one being called was the domestic revenue, right? So they want external source revenue is projected at United States dollar 42.4 million. That is why it's been expected that will come from outside the extended, right? And so it's put at 42.4 million, or 6% of revenue estimated, as compared to fiscal year 2023 budget or term of United States dollar 793.3 million. Fiscal year 2024 budget represents a decrease of the 12.7% of the earlier one. So according to a communication from the president, as intimated, told the House, the fall is mainly attributed to the decrease of United States dollars 144.6 million in external financing.
Yes, so we have been talking about this budget issue coming forth from the 54th legislature to the 55th. Where we are now with the budget issue, and all of you are concerned to know what is happening with the budget that is the national envelope of this country. We are glad to tell you that the members of the Honorable House of Representatives, upon their return, one of the first instruments that they thought to give priority to is the budget.
Right.
And so when they met in the Tuesday sitting, they decided that it is time that the budget be turned over to the Ways, Means, and Finance Committee. And so the committee was mandated to review and thoroughly scrutinize the budget, given that the executive has aligned its programs with the budget. And so the Ways, Means, and Finance Committee was asked in a period of 2 weeks to look into the budget. I know many of you are concerned about how it's going to work.
The committee is looking into it for 2 weeks, and they're going to report back to plenary for action.
Very well. And so there are two components when we talk about the budget. We're talking about the revenue component, and we're talking about the expenditure component. So the committee will take some time upon the official opening of the budget, and I'm being told that it's going to be a joint budget hearing.
Right.
Which will constitute members of the Liberian Senate. The Ways, Means, and Finance Committee of the Liberian Senate will meet along with their colleagues from the Honorable House of Representatives, but it's going to be chaired by the members of the Honorable House of Representatives, and Representative Dixon Sibo is going to chair that committee, the Joint Legislative Committee, to look into the budget. And so as we speak, the revenue component, of course, will start because the committee is drawing the timetable to ensure that they can work in the space of time. But so, I know we'll come back to talk about the two hearings and how is it going to be done.
We're still there. And so you see, the revenue component is where we have a revenue generating entities to come, because the budget is not money. The budget is projection. All right. So they will call the LRA, the Ministry of Finance, the National Port Authority. All of these are entities of government that generate funds. So doing the revenue component, because mind you, this budget is being put at United States dollars 692 million. How are we going to raise this 692 million? That's the biggest question. And that's the reason why during the budget hearings, you have both the revenue and the expenditure component. So the revenue component, then these people will come and then talk about how they're going to be able to raise the funds, this 692 million. When that process is done with, you will have the expenditure component. That is for all, like you have a Ministry of X, Ministry of D, Ministry of B. They will come at that point now to defend their respective budgets. So for instance, now this 55th legislature is going to use as budget performance, they're going to use what was being given, that 41.3 million that was given approval when the president requested. So what was being used, they're going to use that as a kind of budget performance, because mind you, this is a new administration. He has not had its own budget yet. This is the first. And so well, these people are going to come to look at where we are as a country and where we headed. So once the Way Means and Finance Committee should have set up the timetable on when the hearing will start, we will definitely be able to inform the public. And the expenditure component is open up to the public, where you will come to hear from Ministry of Health how much is placed in the budget for health and why is it placed in the budget for health, whether or not that is enough or is small. They will come to defend their respective budget. That will be doing the expenditure component. Doing the revenue component, is the opening of it is open to the press, and after that there are closed door presentations by these revenue generating entities.
Yeah, so we throw more light on that. And so when the committee shall have completed its schedule of the budget hearings, then of course we know that we have two hearings that will be conducted on Capitol Hill. You have the revenue hearing, like Director Haynes said. All of the line ministries and agencies of government that are responsible to collect money, those are the institutions that will appear before the Joint Legislative Committee to give an oversight on the figure that you've been hearing.
Right.
The total budget figure that you've been hearing.
Right.
So like Director Haynes said, it is a projection. It is something that they are saying around this year period that the government is running. This is what the government is going to spend.
No, look in terms of what we want to.
Yeah, on what will be salaries, what will be getting other ministries and agencies
Basic
working
social services
in full swing. Yes. So then the line ministries and agencies of government that are responsible now to collect money will say, by this time we can raise this. By this time we're able to raise this. But it's going to be a closed door conversation because it borders on national security. How to raise money is not going to be something that we'll put into the public space.
Right.
It's going to be something that they will discuss beyond camera. But then at the final analysis, we will achieve on raising or generating the budget.
Right.
The next component will be the expenditure process. And like Director Haynes said, there was a request from the executive for the 41 million. That 41 million is going to be something that is going to open up room to know how the different line ministries and agencies of government will spend monies in the country to manage the monies, the budget.
So if they give you 1 million before, and what did you do with the 1 million?
What did you do with it? And so it's going to inform the committee on how can we work with this ministry to give this appropriation. But that process is going to be open. It's not going to be a closed door stuff.
Citizens will participate.
Citizens will be there.
Journalists will be there.
Civil society organizations.
Exactly.
People will be into where will be destinated. I know for sure. Sometimes because of the space, as most often we use the joint chambers in the process. But let's hope that it's going to be the joint chambers. We don't want to tell you that it's going to be the joint chambers, then you go there, you don't see it.
Right.
But we are optimistic.
The timetable is released.
Yes, once it is released, of course, we'll be right here to talk about those things. So the lawmakers are back on Capitol Hill. First thing first, they are concerned about the governance of this country, and that is why they've placed premium on looking into the national envelope of this country. You can rest assured that the government will function and function effectively because your deputies, the people who you elected, are there and ensuring that they will work in the space of time to review the budget.
Definitely. So
and we cover cooperation on the part of the line ministries and agencies of government.
Right.
You have to cooperate.
Sure, definitely. So, some time ago we were here and we told you that this 55th legislature, under the gavel of House Speaker Councillor Jonathan Fonanti Kofa, is on a kind of irreversible path to working in the interests of the country and the people of Liberia. When the news came about the protestation that was ongoing in King George, Grand Cape County, there was quick intervention being made. There was the quick committee set up to go and intervene. After that, a specialized committee was being set up to launch investigation in the matter, so that peace or kind can restore and dignity can be given to the people of Grand Cape County. It's a good news. We want to inform you that the specialized committee has finally reported, and some of those counts that you had, there are recommendations now from the House of Representatives, and we are obliged to inform you that the House of Representatives plenary endorses the final report on Beer Mountain Mining Company. So plenary of the House of Representatives officially on Tuesday endorsed the final report from the Specialized Committee on Beer Mountain Mining Company, BMMC, and has issued instruction for immediate action. So after thorough examination and consideration, the committee, chaired by Honorable Desing Sibo of District 16, Massabata County, has put forward a series of recommendations aimed at addressing issues within the mining sector of Liberia and ensuring adherence to the country's laws. The report highlighted the incidents specifically in Kinjor, Grand Cape County, and presents recommendation to rectify the situation. Key among those recommendations mandating the chief clerk of the House of Representatives to summon the chief executive officer, the CEO, and top managers of Beer Mountain to account for violating agreements with the government of Liberia, which resulted into the loss of lives of our brothers and sisters there in Kinjor. 2, urging the Liberia National Police, the LNP, to identify and hand over officers responsible for the factor shooting at Kinjor protest site for swift arrest and prosecution, demonstrating the government's commitment to justice. Yeah, can read the order.
Yes, calling for the resignation or transfer of the country manager of B Mountain to foster accountability and restore community confidence, enlisting qualified long-term contractors as employees within the company, requiring B Mountain to submit employment records of top Liberian employees and undergo an employee audit by the Ministry of Labor, imposing fines on B Mountain for violations related to employment and permits, requiring B Mountain to produce or procure ambulances, upgrade health facilities, and provide medical supplies to address health concerns.
Definitely. And so these are recommendations coming from the House of Representatives, and of course, they are being endorsed by plenary. Plenary in legislative politics is a higher decision-making body. It's a good news for our people in Grand Cape County. So the deputies of the people, we have a listening to legislature. So the House has listened to the crowd of our people in Kinjor. And so this report now, and as a matter of fact, a motion was being put forth to have this by Representative Jan Flomo of Nima County to have this report, to have the chief executive officer of the company come to plenary and receive these recommendations and act on it with immediate effect. As a matter of fact, also to have these people in the executive who have the monitoring of a construction company, I think it's the Bureau of Construction, to also serve the copy of the report with its recommendations. And then I also shared with the Office of the President this report from the House of Representatives. So it's a good news for our people. Your counts, your cry has been listened to by the deputies of the people, and they have acted to make sure that Beer Mountain can procure ambulances, upgrade the health facilities there, and provide medical supplies to address the health needs of our people in Kinjor.
Indeed, if you're in Kinjor by this time, you ought to be celebrated, because the good news you've long awaited is the good news that we're giving to you from the Honorable House of Representatives. And ever since there has been some problem in Kinjal, specifically at B Mountain, and the citizens have learned card. Their lawmakers have listened through the intervention of the 55th legislature. When the issue happened, immediately a team was sent and they did the assessment. Of course, the team returned and made a report to the plenary. And of course, today we are where we are as part of the investigation by the committees. Today, as and when we speak, the CEO of B Mountain is going to be made to appear before the deputies of the people
To receive
to receive the recommendations from the committee. And of course, it's going to help to calm the situation and, of course, improve services and, of course, living conditions will be improved in B Mountain, specifically at Kinjal.
this is worth commending.
You have to be celebrating now.
Commending the House of Representatives for taking the kind of decision.
This is a bold step. It's a giant step in
Right.
the right direction.
Exactly. You know, so the deputies of the people, your people, they're there acting in your interests. And so now people in Grand Cape Mount County, you ought to celebrate in the words of Yega. You ought to celebrate because this level now it has reached where the house, the people's house,
Will be giving a mandate
giving mandate
to the company
to the company.
operate in the confines of the law of this country.
Definitely. And so it worth commending thanks to the gallant men and women of the House of Representatives for taking on this decision. And I know it's worth celebrating. Our people are happy for this. And we look to have the Chief Executive Officer of Beer Mountain come to the legislature to receive and act on this on these recommendations coming from the House of Representatives.
And now, therefore, that the mandate of plenary is going to be presented to the CEO of B Mountain and other officials or authorities of B Mountain. Going forward, there's going to be no recurrence of such incident
It's
that will
about
take
deterrence.
place.
Exactly.
So you can rest assured. So that's what I'm telling you.
One of
To
the
start celebrating.
one of the first decisions, Yegan, one of the first decisions the host took was to listen to the crowd of the people of Cape Mount that they complained that the armed officers and military personnel of the armed forces of Liberia were deployed at these sites, these mining sites. And if you were to do the ratio of a citizen to police officer, according to our stats and the census conducted in Liberia, we have approximately 5.5 million people, and we do not have much police officers. So the ratio is around 850 civilian to a police officer. And why would the police will leave protecting citizens and go and be mining company? And so the House wrote the office of the president, the executive, to inform them that they should withdraw the member of the LNP and that of the armed forces of Liberia. And gratefully, the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Honorable Sylvester Grispit, did acknowledge. He wrote back to the House acknowledging receipt of the communication and has since forwarded to the Inspector General of Police to act, that is to withdraw the armed ERU officers at the beer mining concession area. And also too, he forwarded to the Ministry of National Defense for the withdrawal of armed AFL personnel for the Beer Mountain mining company area. So the host took that decision first. Now they had to now come up with these recommendations emanating from the committee, which were being endorsed. So they're acting in the interest of our people, and that's why you elected your representatives to act in your interest.
And that's wonderful because to have members or state security actors at the different concession sites, look, the purpose of it was meant to ensure that the safety of workers are assured. But in as much as members of the Honorable House of Representatives thought that it was important to have state security assigned to the different areas, and prioritizing the security of this country. They thought that it was important to retrieve or withdraw those armed officers or state security personnel from those concession sites. I think it's laudable,
Mhm.
and we think it's in the best interest of the Liberian people, but it's in no way a way to think that people will do the opposite at the concession sites. It's going to give more time and more energy to the companies to ensure that they can probably recruit people who will provide security for the concession sites, and also those who are within the concession areas. So there's going to be a win-win situation at the final analysis.
Definitely. And so we will open the lines to interact with you. But just on today, let's inform you that there are scores of other issues took place on today. And one of such is the House of Representatives has summoned the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Honorable Sylvester Grispe, to appear before that legislative body on Tuesday to state the cause of the alleged disrespect and humiliation to the country's former president, His Excellency George Weah Sr., by stopping him from using the RRA VIP launch, considering his portfolio. Plenary took the decision following a communication emanating from Masurado County Electoral District Number 10, Representative Honorable Yeke Koluba. Honorable Koluba stated in his communication that the incident which recently occurred at RRA, where the former president was blocked or stopped from using the VIP lodge at the airport, was disrespectful and requires plenary quick intervention to serve as deterrence for other leaders. So, plenary on today, he also went on to say that leadership is term by term, which means other people were in these positions that are being occupied today by others. And one day they too will leave. Therefore, the attitude of disrespecting people in authority and respecting those and disrespecting those who are not in authority, even though they once served the country, needs to stop. For following the reading of his communication, a motion was being taken to have the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs appeared before that AUKUS body on next Tuesday.
Yes, I think from my recollection is the second time we are talking about Representative Yeke Koluba of Montserrat County District 10 communicating with the Honorable House of Representatives on quote unquote what transpired during the return of former Liberian President George Maynard Weah at the VIP lodge there at the Roberts International Airport. Representative Yeke Koluba, as intimated into his communication, is seeking clarity, and he wants to ensure that people who have served this country dutifully, diligently, will be given such courtesy upon their return or when they leave in the country. And so the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs has been requested to appear before the members of the Honorable House of Representatives to provide further information surrounding the circumstances that led to the reported denial of the former head of state of this country from using the VIP lodge. And let's hope that when the Minister of State shall have appeared before the deputies of the people, we will be here to tell you what is the decision or the outcome of such deliberation, because it matters to the public.
Definitely. Let's open the lines, interact with you. Call us to be a part. Here are the numbers: 0880-514-096, 0880-514-096, 0770-25-9660 are the numbers to join us right here. You want to be part of the conversation? Let's hear you. You're listening to the program today in the House of Representatives. It is your legislative program.
Let's talk to this caller. A very cool day. Thanks for joining us. Let's hear your name.
Hello?
Hello, welcome to the program. What is your name and where are you
Hello.
joining us from?
Yeah, my name is Sonny S. Como calling from Bon County, CBS.
And it's good to have you on the line. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for the clarity and thank you for the show. And I think our House of Representatives is taking a bold steps to inform the public that they want to make sure every individual should be treated the right way and they have the right to live their free life within Liberia. And then I hope that the Minister of State can properly address the House of Representatives comes Tuesday so that everything can be smooth and live a normal life. Thank you for the show.
All the best. Thanks a million.
0880514096. You too can be a part of the conversation. Let's hear from you. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon. How are you?
Take your time. Good afternoon. Let's hear you.
This is Ishmael Aze James, and I'm calling you from Fuya, Lofa County, in the home of the Deputy Secretary.
Okay, please go ahead on Foya Lofa.
Yeah, thank you so much for studio guests this afternoon. It's like it is very much important to sometimes honor people who have done something good because it has been a concern. Most of us who are very far off from you, we are far off, and then when we hear such a thing, we are so somehow confused. And maybe when they call the Minister of State from his own deliberation, there will be a more clarity so we can get better understanding. Thank you so much, and thank you to Eke Kolba. Thank you to the rest of you in the studio.
Thanks a lot. You too can be your part. Let's take more of the calls. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the conversation. Your name, where you join us from?
My name is Daniel Mengwa. I call you from Gaza.
You call from where? Gaza?
Yeah, Gaza is in district number 4.
Oh, I thought you were in Israel. Go ahead.
No. Okay, I want to thank the National Legislature for taking a very giant step. This is in the interest of our people, and that's why they were being elected. But I want them to go further. It is not only King George that got the long-range the soldiers sign or police sign. There are other companies such as the one in Gokia, MMG Gold, and Lamco Yikipa, which is Mika Steel, and then they can extend that way too. The people have the right to hire their own security. Firestone does. Other companies does. So why is it state security is being? There are other activities that state security is supposed to do other than guiding the people. They're supposed to hire their own security. So that is welcoming.
Okay, my dear brother. Thanks a lot. More of the calls coming in right here. This person. Hello.
Hello.
Let's hear you. Your name, where you join us from. Great to have you.
Oh, this is Melvin Famula calling from Baguio Factory.
Mr. Famula, please go ahead.
Yeah, I want to tell you thank you so much for coming with the document just read by the committee set up for the King George issue. It's a very good initiative. But what I'm thinking over here is that the implementation part as to why it will be implemented. Because for the CEO to come and receive the document and to act on this document, they may come and receive it and get sent without doing anything. So I'm suggesting to I'm asking our honorable men and women that they have come up with a very good reason. People who lost their life in Cape Town that will have a redress, and those that are still living there will have a redress. And what I want them to do here is this: the one the document they made to go back to King George and go sit down without doing anything. Let them make a follow-up on it, ensure that it be implemented. Because our brothers and sisters have been lost there. And secondly, to them also against the Liberia National Police, those who are involved into the firing of people over there, they should be brought to justice in a very short possible time for further investigation.
It is encapsulated in the report as well.
What went wrong there? So I thank you all so much for the topic.
Thanks a lot, my dear brother. You're listening to the program today in the House of Representatives. This person. Hello.
Hello.
Let's hear you. Your name, where you call from?
Yeah, I'm Sammy MZ. I'm calling from Rehab.
Please go ahead from Rehab.
Yeah, I say thank you for this program. You see, I'm too happy to hear that our representatives they are concerned about the citizens. Not only came out, but it should be done all over Liberia. Because this country is for Liberia, and the representatives put in there to seek our interest. So thank you very much for this program.
Okay, thanks a lot. Let's take more of the concerns coming from Liberians. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, good afternoon, brother. In a Sarah Poly for electoral district number 4.
Okay, Cyrus, long time. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to have a discussion. And I want to say hi to the speaker. And to me, if there's any continue, God bless you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thanks a lot. Always, you are welcome, Cyrus. And Yeka, more accommodation coming.
Let's talk to this caller. Hello, welcome. Hello, welcome. What is your name and where are you joining us from? Please go ahead. Okay. Yeah. So there are more accommodations for members of the Honorable House of Representatives, and there's also a concern. We have a caller. Okay, let's talk to this caller. Hello, welcome.
Hello?
Welcome.
Hello.
Hello and welcome.
Okay, Prince Emela, I call from Bangapong County, specific Brooklyn community.
Okay, it's good to have you on the line from Bond County. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I want to commend the legislature, the House of Parliament, for the bold step taking. Say bravo to them for the step taken in the decision of King George. As far we are of them, we elected them to seek the interest of the Liberian people and make sure the right things are done. So bravo to them. And second to that, I want to be very grateful to the legislators for committee letter from the Cosba that they will go through it and make sure that the right thing is put in the right place. Before hanging the line, I just want to ask whether this particular launch is for either a VIP launch or presidential VIP launch.
And that's what the investigation will try to establish.
Okay. So another good news for our people. The House of Representatives has voted to remove the ban or the moratorium that has been placed on processed rubber. So it's a good news for our people. The House today voted to lift the ban on the moratorium on unprocessed rubber. And so the House of Representatives unanimously voted today to lift the moratorium on the exportation of unprocessed rubber. And that followed a communication from Bond County District number 7 Representative Honorable Foley Famuled on today. So he mentioned in a communication to plenary the continuous negative impact and the unbearable suffering Liberian rubber farmers go through, or they are faced with as a result of this executive order number 124. And so according to him, the executive order number 124 is actually intended to suffocate rubber farmers and deprive other actors within the rubber sector of the Liberian business, given that opportunity. And so today, plenary took that decision, voted to lift the ban, and to communicate to the office of the president on this matter. It's a good news too for our farmers.
Yes, it's a good news because those in the rubber sector, of course, have been having some disagreements. There's one party who believe that the imposition of the executive order was in the best interest, and there are others who think that it was negatively affecting the farmers. And so they have been having this conversation back and forth, preceding the decision of members of the Honorable House of Representatives today to vote to lift the moratorium. And I think in the best interest of Representative for the formula of Bond County District 7, he thought that it's important to have the ban lifted so that you have the local farmers benefit from whatever they are planting from their farms because of the moratorium. According to him, the ban, it has been difficult for farmers to actually make some progress in the rubber sector. So now that the decision has been taken, members of the Honorary House of Representatives has voted unanimously to overturn the moratorium, to lift the moratorium, to lift the ban. They are expected to communicate such decision to the executive. Mind you, this was an executive order coming from the executive, and in line with the governance of this country, per the Constitution, the members of the House of Representatives will communicate such decision to the executive, and of course, it's going to be a win-win situation now for the farmers in the rubber sector.
Definitely. Let's go back to the lines. Interact with you. 0880-514-096, 0770259660.
This caller, good evening, welcome. Let's hear you. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Hello and welcome. What is your name and where are you joining us from?
Yeah, Roosevelt, I'm from Bong County.
Okay, you're calling from Bong. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I want to thank our Lord Maker for the hard work. If you continue that.
Okay.
Yeah, also want to appeal to the Liberia National Police to use not to use firearm our people's surveillance. Not so good because the peace that we enjoy today, we should maintain the peace.
Okay, my dear brother.
Thank you.
Let's press on the line. Hello.
Hello.
Let's hear you. Your name, where you join us from.
Yes, I'm Maurice Stafford. I join you from Tapeta, Luanima.
Okay, from Tapeta. That's the electoral district number 6. Go ahead.
Number 6. Thank you. Thank you very much for the information and thank you for your show. And anything like in the interest of the masses for the country, I think it will be, in the best direction to the Liberian people expectation. If the presidential article, Minister for Presidential and
Minister of State for Presidential Affairs.
Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. If there is article a letter of invitation to receive article on behalf of the House of Representatives and to go there for a hearing because they want to stand for the minister what that went on. Whether that particular era they're talking about is for presidential article era or just for a VIP, then if it's just for a VIP, then article will not be in the best direction for the Liberian people because we are here for peace. And after election, that's the peace. All of what we are going for the good goals. And again, I thank you very much for the information on the rubber. Some of all year we are farmer and we are people who make a farm for and since certain year up to present we are not adequately getting a good price for our rubber farm and fire soon continue to suppress like the only one for they alone to be buying us and the farmer should form a union. They want to buy from the farmer. Okay, now if you take the broker from the fee, because for example I can sit down ready and go take 10,000 from the broker and then pay my children's school fees. After I tapping the rubber and sell the rubber to the broker, then he said not be in the fee. I will not be able to 10,000 or 15,000 from fire soon. Fire soon will not come there and give me 15,000 LD or 25,000 LD after I tapping my rubber, then they will come and buy the rubber. No. They will only give me the money when they are buying the rubber for me. So I think that way governments ought to see reason to on that particular one. And when it comes to the gasoline, also what they are talking about taking the camp off, and I think it will be the interest of the Liberian
Okay, that has now reached to the House of Representatives. Let's take on this person joining us. Hello.
Yes, hello, how you doing?
Doing very well. Tell us the name, where you call from.
Well, Mustafa Sharif. People call me as Ubin Kamon. Just want to tell you when I was thanks so much for the effort that they applied towards skin job. But there is my question. It is from the country director, which is Deba Allen.
Deba Allen is the country. Yeah, he's the country manager.
Yes, it is because of him many people have been killed. So there is my question: was he going to be back there or what? Or they going to do another appointment or what?
It is in the report that Honorable the country manager be made to resign or he's being transferred to different area. That is also in the report. All right. 0770259660. Yeka, we can squeeze in 2 or 3 more.
Okay, so let's talk to this caller. Hello, welcome.
Hello?
Welcome to the program. Let's hear you. Please go ahead.
Yes, thank you. I'm Chicken from myself calling for Grand Chile County.
Okay, let's hear you.
Okay, thank you. I want to appreciate the House of Representatives for summoning the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs for disrespecting our former president, Honorable Joseph Nima Boakai. Honorable Boakai tried to be careful sometimes with his nominees. Even the power of the nominees are
the reason why. Hello.
They are protesting with
hello.
one of the nominees.
Hello. No. I think if you don't want to listen to us now,
let's take on this person, Johnny.
Hello. We can do that.
Hello?
Let's hear you. Your name, where you call from?
Yeah, I'm Justin Cole from Tottenham.
Okay, from Tottenham. Please go ahead, Justin.
Well, I thank you very much for this program, and thanks to the House for the issue of Kinjo. But please, we are begging. We want them to come and check on the company in Bonin County, especially Tottenham called Western Cluster.
Western Cluster.
Yeah, come and check the workforce there, how people are paid, who are the citizens that are working there, what the higher position they have there. Please let them come and check it out.
Okay, my dear brother. Thanks a lot. The lawmakers are listening and they're going to act. This person, hello.
Hello.
Let's hear you. Your name, where you call from?
Hello.
You're welcome. Let's hear you. What's your name, where you call from?
Yeah, my name is calling from Lofa County, district number 3.
Please go ahead from district number 3. Oh, sorry, he's gone off. I think that this could be hello.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing, sir?
Doing very well. Tell us your name, where you call from.
I'm Kevin Duno from Yekepa, Nima County.
Please go ahead from Yekepa.
This issue of King, the lawmakers in the first place is very much, pathetic. But another situation we have before even King George is in Yekepa.
You have to lower your receiver, please.
Yeah. So what happened here? We are already in the vanguard here, preparing to come in town to reach the labor ministry. Okay, we have written the series of letters. If you can recall, last year the people brought up all the mercenaries from the mines in town, in the township, and that problem was not resolved totally. It was half resolved. They laid down almost like 1,000 workers. All the contractors that were with them from Bitiana to like just say that of Nimba County to Bon County, they lay everybody up. Besides those, they said they came up with their mandate from 24 months up. That's the people that they want to accommodate, knowing fully well that those people have stayed on there for 10 years, 5 years, that these are few people that they just took to employ them. They left us. So we have an issue with them, and we are intern here. By Monday, we try to reach the labor ministry. We have been doing this writing communication, having meeting with them, the HR, but to no avail. So this is a very good step by the national legislature. We applaud them for that. We are not going to take steps to say, oh, the way happening can enjoy this and that. No, we approach this issue legally, and this is how we're following it. By Monday, we'll be at the national legislature. We'll reach to the labor ministry and we'll address this issue, because we have been having meeting with them, with the HR, we wrote the CEO, we wrote the security in Yekepa there as well. But each time we have this meeting here, they will tell us, hey, they are not owing us. And they know fully well, when we're reaching the 24 months, they will cut us off, not to benefit from the employment. Then they will set us down for like 3 months, 4 months, they recall us back again.
Okay, my brother, please be civil in doing it and follow the legal process. Yeah, we have to wind down the curtains.
Yes, so there are more commendations for members of the 55th legislature. It's because of their good work, and you can be assured that the members of the 55th will continue to seek the interest of the Liberian people, because they have an oversight responsibility. So that will be something that they will continue to check on. The other caller who said that Minister Grispid is invited to the Honorable House of Representatives because he disobeyed President Boakai, that is not true. Minister Grispid is appearing before the members of the House of Representatives because of what took place when former President George Weah returned to this country at the Rabos International Airport. It's not because of disobeying President Bouaka. There is no information of such kind. I just wanted to say that.
Right. That's all the time we have to be here. Good news for our people in King George, Grand Cape Mount County with the final report endorsed by plenary to make sure that those counts they had, one, to make sure that the country manager, Mr. Deba Allen, resign or be transferred. And then another one is to make sure that they look at those police officers who carry on live shootings there to be investigated. They should be prosecuted and so forth like that. Too many of those things here line up. Good news for our people in the rubber sector. Today, the House of Representatives voted to lift the ban or the moratorium on unprocessed rubber. My name is Rapper Haynes. The next time we'll hear will be on Thursday, God's willing. Have yourself a wonderful good evening.